What do you do when things don't quite go your way? I know, that doesn't ever happen to you, does it? Yeah, right. So what do you do when things don't quite go your way? That's a big question. And the answer is it depends. Well, I'll tell you a really quick story. So I had great ideas for this program, especially for this program today. And almost, well, scheduling wise, and kind of almost none of them went quite according to plan. So I want to share with you kind of what I did in order to, adjust to things not going my way. And hopefully in doing that, you get something out of this and maybe a couple of tips that I'll share towards the end with ways that you might kind of adjust your mind, because things, of course, aren't always going to go your way. Surprise, surprise. So I'm Sylvia Henderson, founder of the Idea Success Network, co-founder of Idea Mind Teams, and the host of Idea Success TV, which is what you're watching. And in over 20 years of corporate leadership, where I was transforming ideas to action with my employees and my leadership team, I now do that work with entrepreneurs and with companies in my own business. So I'm used to things not quite going my way. So in doing today's recording, I had a huge mix-up with timing and with scheduling. And it's through nobody's fault. Stuff just happens. I had guests canceled. Other guests needed to rearrange their time. To do a show like this in the studio, and this is a shared studio, so other people use the resources here in our studio space. To give you an idea of just doing this one show while you just see me, what happens behind the scenes, to do one session takes a studio producer and videographer who's managing the camera work and making sure I look good on screen. There's a program scheduler who handles the schedule, somebody who manages the guests, somebody who handles the content and the strategy for each show. That happens to be me, because it's my show. I've got guests that are part of the show. I have guest co-hosts sometimes, so I need to make sure that they're scheduled and they're arranged. There's the technology. Some of these programs, some of the Idea Success TV programs come in virtually. My guests are virtual, so I have to manage an online system in order to bring them in. So that's more technology that we have to make work and schedule. In my studio facility, there are 2 studios. One TV studio that you're looking at now, and we have a radio studio in another room. So that had to get managed, because I do Idea Success TV in both places. And then clothing changes. I try not to look like I'm in the same outfit for every show. So I need to manage when to change clothes and to bring more clothes so that you see a little bit different look here and there. So all these things go into pulling together a program like this. And if you're going to do a professional video cast for whatever reasons, or you're going to do a TV show, or you're already doing one, there's a lot to juggle. So one little cog in that wheel that doesn't go as you planned sometimes steamrolls, snowballs, whatever analogy you want to use, into other things that have to take place. And that's what happened. That's what happened today a little bit. So what do you do when things don't quite go your way? One of the biggest things that I do is work on my mindset. So I challenge you, when it's not going your way, work on your mindset. Because if you work on your mindset and how you approach what's not going your way, that helps you come up with solutions. That helps you come up with alternatives. That helps you realize this time, I need a plan B and a plan C in case something doesn't work next time in a similar situation. So, and mindset is so very important, because, and you might say, oh man, that's kind of hokey. I wanted some real tips on what doesn't go your way. Well, one real tip is to have a plan B and a plan C, because the bigger the event, the bigger the thing that's not going your way, the more you should have a system in place to recover from that, so you're not caught off guard. or as they say, with your pants down. But the mindset piece, how that helped me with today is, I don't know when you're going to watch this program. You might watch this months from the time I actually recorded it. But right now, during this time of recording, we're just finishing Hurricane, I can't think of the name of it right now, that hit Dallas and Texas. And I think Irma is about to hit Florida, or it's hitting it right now at the time of this recording. And fires are going on in Los Angeles. There's droughts going on in the country. People all over the United States, and there may be earthquakes happening somewhere else. So you look at the news. I looked at the news this morning with all of these things happening in the U.S., these supposed 100-year events that are happening now, and I started to think about the lives lost, the histories lost, people's entire homes and businesses and schools and communities are being wiped out. And my heart is just, I'm feeling this, and that's where the mindset comes in. And I'm thinking, you know, with all of this going on in the world, and there's always going to be something going on in the world, but we just happen to be right in the middle of a lot of stuff here in the United States. Mindset said, with all of these things going on in the world, how can I worry about a little scheduling change? You know, how can I worry about a guest who canceled? How can I worry that something I planned to do 2 hours ago in the program didn't quite work out, or that I missed a word, or that I didn't cover something that I intended to cover when I was talking? How can I worry about that? And so that's where my mindset helped me shift today when things didn't go quite the way that I expected them to at the last minute, and to come up with, okay, you know, other people are in far worse shape and have far more things to worry about than I do. So what's this mean? Well, it means I need to make a few phone calls. Ooh, wow, on the phone instead of emails and texts. I had to make a couple phone calls. I had to ask someone to not come. I had to shift around and say, hey, I'm flexible with the use of the studio. And we worked our way around the scheduling. And, you know, it all turned out fine, because you're watching this and it's going according to plan, and it's okay. So the whole message that I want to convey with this question about what do you do when things don't go your way is you first check your mindset. Have a plan B or a plan C. Have a process in place, a system in place, so that you know where you need to go next in order to do the next, you know, in order to adjust or take an alternative plan. And when you have those two things, the right mindset and a plan B or C, sometimes you need a plan W, but that's another whole story, then you can deal with what happens when things don't go your way. So if you found value in what I just shared with you with this question and answer, connect with me at sylviahenderson.com, and to get more like what you saw today, to engage with me, because I like engagement, and to allow me to help you transform your ideas into action and in income, because in that transformation, a lot of things won't go as planned. And with that, I invite you to stay tuned, watch the next Idea Success TV program, and to make a great day.